plus people infected with this disease, which is like, I think, 10% of our population, 9%, they are living with this. That's a huge number. So basically, all of us Zambians should be worried about this government. And if anything, our efforts now is to remove this government, because they are not humble enough to accept their mistakes. They are not humble. They are accusing the American diplomat for lack of diplomacy. They are saying they are not being respected. Up to now, no one is fired. Bamugwagwa, the floor is yours. Welcome. So me, I'm really sad. And on top of that, they arrest a woman who just said these things, you know, for treason. Why can't he intervene? Why can't HH intervene in this case? If himself was pardoned for treason case, why can't he pardon others? That is my message. We continue talking. Welcome, Mugwao.
So, like Ulimbo Mamba, a teacher is always a teacher. And there's a way I love the way you talk. And we're mindful, we're educated. When you say we have to remove this ban, Wasilos, Hamawin, there's a reason for that. And I want Zambians to understand why we will come to this place. Yesterday, I mentioned a few things. One of them is the way KK fought for our country. Right when KK died, we were all there. We saw what happened. They took his body to every single province. Why did they do that? It is because of what he meant. They even composed a song. And if you watch the video, when we were growing up, I remember to this day, and I want to say this on the record, I never heard KK insult Zambians. He used to say stupid idiots. He never referred that to the people. It was his cabinet he was talking about. He was always talking about the leaders. KK never said the words, "You Zambians, you can vote us out. You remain poor." He never said that. Kenneth Kaunda privatized all the mines. Why? And I want to repeat this for the people that are listening here. For a poor boy from Wengwa, a poor boy like me, there are so many poor Zambians who were sponsored by, we went to school, we found Kenneth Kaunda books, pencils, everything. Why did he do that? And I say this because there are a few people who went after they've given, KK gave him the ladder to climb, to find this privilege, to go to university. Then you turn around and you burn the village. Why shomush? Wamana kwa wali change highway. You wear white gloves. You can't even greet your own people. Bantu bogali upenga ambabo. You can't even shake their hands. Keke shook hands. I remember meeting this man, Long Acres. I watched him interact with kids. And I saw the man and how the love of country, the devotion. You can't compare to what is happening now. We're doing this now to our people. We're just waving hands. We're just, you're too poor. I go back to what we were talking about yesterday. You remain poor because me, I have Sujilite. I'm rich. I'm there now. You, the poor peasants, Mugalachula. Even if you vote us out, we'll be rich. That's what they're saying. That's the message. So I speak to my people. Abanamusanza. Banabahai. Kumawa uko. Weme na Lubemba. Mama ishope tuwa churi chalo ichi. Mwika lava. Oko tuwa fuma. Never ever forget where you came from. Ever. The man who wrote the hymn, I was once blind, now I see, was a slave trader. We're here, we're Zambians and we're fighting. Right here, I think you remember what we did. We were in Kasoma to put him in office. What we did then, we repent for the suffering that he has caused to the people. Let me break it down. Some people will not understand where I'm coming from. I'll start with fuel. The fuel contract, there was two companies, Devon Oil and this company, Uyumwenyo Supply. He gave him an exclusive contract. Agrofuel is owned by Patel Shashas, I forget his first name, but it's S whatever Shashansky. This man, of course, has been doing business in Zambia for over, he registered the company in 1981. But this guy sponsored him. For that purpose, this man sacrificed the economy of Zambia. For the past 3 years, this man has been milking Zambians. Because why? HH wanted to be president. One man made 20 million souls pay a price, exorbitant price for fuel. He won't tell you this, I'm telling you this. We can even go back to how he even got where he got. HH was a poor person, sponsored by Kenneth Kaunda. Kenneth Kaunda, the reason why I have my picture there, Kenneth Kaunda wanted all Zambians to have equal opportunity. You come from Masabombe, you come from Mangango, you come from Mapatizia, wherever, you should have an equal chance. In a way, I think he remembers. That's why he probably is paying for the bursaries thing. I think he remembers. The only reason I blame him, The only thing that I blame his education, whether he went to Birmingham, the only reason I say you're wrong is because he's allowing foreigners to compete with the little people from Wengwa. Keke would not have stood for this. He's turning in his grave right now. So Vai, I give you credit because you give us this platform, and if I monologue, I will repent. But I am so disappointed because we thought here comes a beneficiary of affirmative action. In America, we call it affirmative action. You cannot come from Wengwa. You were a nobody. You were sponsored to UNZA. You went to Birmingham University, and then you come back home. We know you had friends. There is no way you could have assumed all this wealth. There are 20 million Zambians. Even at the time, there are probably 15 or 10 million Zambians. There is no way. He's the only one that knows how to keep cows. We all know how to keep cows. The Felona thing, Mayoba Edith Nawakwi tried to tell him. She tried. God bless her soul. She tried to expose this man is a fraud. The house that he bought in Kabulonga, Lima Bank asset. The farm that he has, the Feluna farm, Lima Bank asset. Livingstone, the hotels that he owns. We can connect the dots. Some of us are educated enough. We have AI. We can go back and we can go and reconcile the record. Here's what happened. When he came back from Birmingham University, he was hired by Coopers, an accounting firm. And you can see what they're doing even right now. The first thing he said he was going to audit the Zambia Airways. Who did he hire? Coopers. Even this medicine thing that we're talking about. What accounting firm?
Price Waterhouse.
Mm-hmm. And you know who the principal guy? He was a partner there. He was a principal partner there. We're educated. Come on now. You can fool all the people sometimes. But you can't. We are educated. We can see through this. You're telling me there is no auditor, the Auditor General in Zambia. Are there no government auditors? Why are we hiring a firm where he was a principal partner? The man was a principal partner there. Why it's like you taught a school, you were the headmaster of Savoy or whatever, Mangago Primary School, and then you hired a headmaster there to audit all the teachers. Are we going to say that is a fair audit?
It's a conflict of interest.
Exactly.
It can't happen.
Conflict of interest. He has not declared that.
Yeah, there's a conflict of interest. Hi, Queen Mother, Queen Cotton, welcome.
Please, we need to speak for our country. Our motherland is in trouble. We need another Tonga to rule Zambia. In fact, I bleed myself. Gary Combo, oh my God, oh my choria, Ali Kabire. No, but here's what I'm going to say, and I'll land my
power tap, share.
Power tap,
share. Twafu ankiti Muzambia, twafu ankiti mutule. Power tap to 10,000K. Chirambo kulanda ine tufike pa 10,000K. Ero nala vika pweshu. Power tap.
Our voices are very expensive, especially issue we have on Amayowa. It's very expensive. We need to power tap. We need to get to at least 10K, please. Tap. Her voice is very expensive. She actually led to where we are, and she can change the dynamic. So today is Friday. Let's power tap. Banks, invite as many people as you can. Let's power tap and make sure that we get there. But the words that have to be said are these. Bana tuikere maeta tuikere wino. Tafiri wino. Ichalo chesu na chiru ba. I cannot reconcile the country. Elo tuwale kulamayo. Ama soja vale tupera ma biscuits. The track
power tap.
No mama soja vale mone chitumbi na chirana pamusebo vapita. Niki. My want.
Awe kwena ifintu tafuwe. Power tap.
Nikwi. Ichalo ichikaunda achulide. Nikwi.
Baticha na wapoku ikulika kumaloni.
Wapya munzero. Na lami randirako. Yangu, utachuwe.
Baticha ama nasezi na wapoku fomu ikulika kumaloni.
Kwali nava lumendo mkwai vale nina tawa. Ati ngatama ndebe chisorala ikulikaina. Ani no waiche. Ani napatawa. Na alole shaha.
Imagine.
Kumwe suku. Yangu tate.
Power tap. Power tap. Mweba naba kwalesa. Iyo tulelo anda peri ashiriachi. Ama afya ayo tuleshingwa nanayo. Bonse mwema Zambia. You need to be concerned. Pantu ifi. Tulelanda hapa. Te ifo feba le chula. Aba kachula mobeshi kulube. Na nguna mwikala wino today. You are going to die. Mukashaba na bakeka la shani. You are going to die. Mukashaba ishikulu bakeka la shani. You die. Mukashafi ishikulu bakeka la shani. So mwina chita. Abantunga balelanda area shield is very important. Mwatampo kwa mkutambe sele kumule panga ma likes na ma gift. Kunsele. But things if you chita affect. Ama afya mule shingwa nana upi nebo mule pitamo. Tamule ba consent. Consent kwa ma. Power tap.
Alama chikorolelo. Mkwai. Na ndeni mai.
Power tap.
Ba banks.
Kwena itakubadila po mweba na bakwalesa. Amashi wifi ona lalanda hapa. Shikwe chama light. Muna nikani ndimusaiba biu ya load shedding. Mweba na bakwalesa. If you tule pitamo muchalo cha Zambia na mairo na lilanda pote nomo. Uwa lalanda tifi tule pitamo muchalo cha Zambia ni nomo. Nishtaba nomo. Ero nishimu ngulu Pro Max. Na labweke sharp. Ifi tule pitamo muchalo cha Zambia te nomo. Onso ule monefi ale pitamo muchalo cha Zambia tini nomo. Awo mweba na bakwalesa nishtaba nomo. Elo nishimu ngulu. Elo Mzambia muno kwena wamiro wa mungu. Ala kwena no amiro ine shaba mu Zambia na injikala mo shaba mo because ine sumini shefi file kitika so also sumini shefi awe teno wandi wanda fetching ite no mo na mfepa no mama pumulo power tap therefore kumona tulelanda bonseta tulelanda kweka muri kwisa mwema Zambians where are you?
I know
muri kwisa
Zambians power tap ngamule tapping atabamika te. If you share you cannot be arrested for sharing. Zambians, do your part. Abantu bale mirandirako share so that ingatole myewa share power tap, it means I message yalaya pama platform wapa ba Facebook bakuleta distributor ma video yesu ngaba mona abantu muri engaged nga muri ama comments bala tulembera n'okutulembera ba TikTok ngaba mona pali ama comment. They tell me TikTok inboxes me to say good job, your lives are liked, there are a lot of comments. Nama likes ya yene nga yafula ma likes ba TikTok algorithm yabo is automated. Their AI will start putting our video to all those who have watched our videos. They will send it automatically. So that's why today rombo kwa timune chita share and power tap. Ingata mule chita share or power tap tukatwala pera fe muli abeni abantu 10 abali tamba. Because chi computer chala mona kwati abantu tabafite meno esho tuleranda. Na ku Facebook konse. Ku Facebook konse kuchita share, you cannot get in trouble for sharing. You cannot. No ku comment afe, you cannot get in trouble for commenting as long as you are politically correct. Mwabika fena nguka
as long as you are within the law.
Yes. Takuli nsele mune commenta no chukutamba fye. Mwa commenta mwanda fena okay, I see, type something in the comments there. I'm following, how are you? Type something. Yeah? For Facebook apo time something. Mwalemba fena nanguri kumazapuka walemba fye following from London. Chapwa.
Power tap.
Inga ulikuwa haye walemba fya following.
Share.
Mulishan ku California oko. Otherwise tuke salama page haya. We are going to close these pages if you are not giving us support, because we are here so that we can share the message. But you people there, yes. Ama comments umuchifwire cha diva computer ya mona fiat okay abantu nabatemwe fire randi kwa pa ya chita distribute, you know.
Yeah, let's open the minds of Zambians.
Yes,
especially Vamayuma Chikamoneka, banks and Lai. Listen to me, Zambians. No one is coming to save you. Nobody. No one. Ujitonga tuamba malituke. Ola vanina komporola. Mwasirozi, my teacher, can you please repeat malituke? How you say that?
Oh my Mwasirozi. I don't know. My tweak. Ati chira kalulu nengoma yakwe.
Atina mutale sunshile mpapa. Ule kyo ulira munyina shiani.
Mwasirozi mutu kikuiba balera. Mutu izie atishani.
Mwema Zambians.
Mwema Zambia po tufikire.
No one is coming for you.
Mwamona ba Facebook ama comment ya mulele mbana namba yambo kunina. Akulembeni ama comment following how are you mwabiko to dolly to smile interaction ni page yala boosted. You need to be interacting, otherwise the page number. Somebody told me yesterday that when they can only watch my videos when I'm live. When I'm not live, the play button is grayed on my videos on Facebook. Can you imagine? So, and this is a keen follower of mine. If you look at my videos and Facebook, they can only watch the videos when I am live. So I told her immediately I'm done. I usually download the videos on YouTube. So if you are not able to catch me live, you have to subscribe to my channel on YouTube so you can catch the content. Right now, we are live on TikTok and Facebook, but TikTok, we are able to get some clips, the highlights, but on YouTube, we download the whole video. YouTube, it lets me like 1 hour, 30 minutes. I have to cut it to 1 hour, 30 minutes for it to upload to YouTube. So, we need to interact. You know, there's a lot of information going. It's deeper than what that meets the eye. This scandal of the drugs is very, very deep, you know. Nivo kano, fi scandal yama drugs, nivo kano, shimono kubati yare vida ukano, mbero yakta explode, maishwa. A lot of things have been happening, you know. So apart Africa nikuma final. Nifili efya kubati ba ambassador na mandafati the gloves are off. You know what I mean? I'm going to mute you, Mama.
I think you're mute, Maya. And what you said is very poignant. And I want the Zambians at home to understand what I'm saying. Whether I have to say it in Tonga or thing, some of us are dual citizens. That ambassador that is speaking for Zambian Americans. Okay? Don't disrespect that man. We know when he was hired. He told you he's been in service for 25 years. He even quoted the laws of Zambia. He said, the one who steals Zambian property, he's telling a justice minister, Haimbe, to his face, I know the Geneva Convention. I'm even quoting the laws of Zambia, wherever. Out of his head. We are speaking here for our motherland. Remember, Kumushi, there are 20 million Zambians. And here are the numbers. I want to be explicit. I'll be explicit. The MPI is a multidimensional poverty index. MPI, okay? MPI is multidimensional poverty index. It measures how poor a country is. In other words, umwana kanchibia, and we compare another woman, Grande, for argument's sake, a woman in India, a poor woman in India, compare that woman in India, the access to healthcare, education, all the services, water, you name it. How does Zambia rate? It is appalling. I cannot even, that's why I'm so mad. When you hear me agitated, when you hear me so flustered, it is because I'm so mad that a man who went to Birmingham University does not understand the agency of the problem.
Who benefited from good leaders? Yeah? Tatulelanda fye pano bahaka inde bafumine kubwengwa with nothing. By such a benefit from the decisions of a good government. So how come now, because of that good leadership, Bahakainde was able to come from a village to University of Zambia to Birmingham University? How can he turn around and start
and do it this way?
Yeah. How can he turn around and do this to Zambians? It's betraying Zambians.
A traitor to the republic.
How can Bahakainde bafune kubwengwa with nothing? He didn't come from money. We can say his story is rags to riches story. So now if God has blessed you from a rags to riches story, why can't you repay the favor? Why can't he pay it forward in simple terms? Why can't Bahakainde pay it forward? Because Bahakainde is a typical example of rags to riches story. This is not an insult. This is my opinion. We are supposed to, that's why we celebrated Bahakainde in a campaign. Because he came from nothing to something. Thank you. So Bahakainde came from nothing to something.
And you know why Zambians are so polite?
Yeah.
They will let you run with it. And this is why he thinks we agreed that the constitution will be changed. Nobody agreed with that.
We cannot change a constitution to have you in power so that you continue oppressing us.
Nobody agreed to that.
Yeah. By revolution, welcome. Go ahead, Mama.
Wena na chilanda mashu ya kutila mwewe na Zambia uyonse ule lando kutila ififile chitika mchalo cha Zambia nishitaba nomu filibuino uyonse ule lando ifile chitika mchalo cha Zambia nishikwena chikopo wena chidobyo elo kabiri mungulu ifile chitika mchalo cha Zambia tenomu Tetimulanda tifile tika Mzambia filibuino iliyo na mumone file tika kulia kubukina faso nishi muli mpofu na muli batontoro
mayo
ine emukwayo
kaili abantu abalichire legalize cigarette na how can you expect a youth to be sober? Because bija bintu vimayambira kuamene kuya kuma university kucha. So the time mabwera mkombo ni munjia na bapwa. Ba following ase no wonder timaona wanyamata oyaba yimira che mu marodi. Ena ngo nopunzira baziba na beba chita paja but they are blank. Mo wanafwaka ba youths ba tiononga maningi na ma drugs yana makulisa ya mateni kwacha. Sure.
Oh, we need to ban all those things. And let Mama finish. And that is an important thing which you have brought. The point of no control on this. Okay. Bali wamba batumbwawa. So kambotota liga kujampuga. Batumbu bamani hemaga ningu bataliga. So that's awalo yumurombwana apandurule gabotu magani ngale tano.
Because you have to control. You have to, the real and the control. So this guy is our control. Mayo Landeni.
Puishe ni mama. Lekeni mama ewa puishe, yes.
Natotela sana pakumpela kwa kashitaka kusosa. Mweba na bakwalesa. Mwebe na Zambia wonse. Zambia yonse makamaka ba youth. Ba youth isaka maneni. Mweba kwecho wafya ni mwebe. Ifwe na tukota bamugwagwa na bakula bapamba mpumulo na bakula ifwe na tukola ifwe bola iri mu mirwe yenu kyashuku mono kutira abana tukabashile enshi ilio tukafuwa mchalo yu mbale shule stabui ilio tuwafuwa mchalo tuwafa ifofwe bakalamba tukamishile enshi usha tukamishile ine Zambia ilikona nguni Zambia ya musango shari inyo mtu wali ambo ukukalipa ba mugwagwa ifile ine iwe muri okutali ine ndi mushi ya mpundu ati umfwe mpundu oko shipona mtu alimwisamba ya mpundu. I'm telling you what is happening in Zambia kutina landa fiati alo buya numa bweka eyo tetinji shweno ko twala abana beso takwa bechalo echo beta abana Zambia ma junkies ichale ngati abana babya ma junkies chinshi ifwe bakalamba fwe bashikwe kwa chimbwino plan tatukwete plan yaba youth ifwe chimbwino plan fwe bakalamba bonse fwe bali mu Zambia ni bonse fwe bakalamba pantu muno umota usalanda ngachakwa tivoto amuno ubuwele bule chitika kumitsepela elo twaima ngaba kalamba yevile vya chilando mwana revolutionary atubwalwa isunko boza ma offices no bala sende isunko ma jacket chalo cha msango shani ichalo cha fiko chino ichalo cha fiko power tap ba mugwagwe chintu mpatile fye sana pali fyonse ilio na imine 03 ukuya mkuvota nshati tile expect ukutila ubuteko ukesa mkukaka abantu muri uyo musango abantu kulasha abana basha nama families nenchito shapwa ine nshati sinshatontonkenye nena tontonkenye ukutila ubuteko nga bwaisapo ukesa atampo kuwombe fintu chipya pantu muku konkana na baba kabwalala nangu babe kateta ifyo fintu ala mungu fikisha pona isa ine chile nkali pa ifi chile nkali pa wati mwa Zambia chile bakali pa banga mwe bana bakwalisa umiro wele nani abantu abanangu mwabapoke fyo bahiba yali amayanda bapoka bamayo ba estalungu ni benefit nshiba kwata mwa balanda ni benefit nshitwa kwata fyonse fyo mpokolo laba kankala mafamu amabala ifinshi ushabala ndabala chitako benefiti nangu tupelero afye mkumfu ako fyati bapo kama famu bapo kama yanda bapo kemiotoka yali ama nani kane yali ama tanka yali ya pokero mu PF yaba kui ni nani ba pere ni nani yaba chita benefit abena Zambia bale ya ula ko matanka bapo ka amatanka yali ya mafyo ya kui mula ndashi wa chako benefit. So if we are not interested ukula monokula ikata abantu chila bushiko we are not interested. If we are interested ukumone chao cha Zambia cha tampo ukutumpuluka ukufuma mu bupina ukuya ntashi no tukula ya Zambia ile yo buya numa ta ile yapo buya ntanshawo abonse abantu bali saka mukabantu kuya mu ala chine ndemi yakutuwa papa abana bonse mutauni abale lomba abale tola abale mirenda ile pya umuntu wabako so umuntu wabampefu ifinshi mwe bandi bakwalesa abana bakashama ma graduates bali kala mukasuba mu corridor ya town utuma booth bamayoka mobile money bamayoka mobile abana mukasuba kala nga bemfulanga ile lokala kutuwa papa chalo cha msango shanchi chalo cha shani chino Zambia power tap power tap bamugwa gwatafiwe
ala tafiwe ne ma
takwa becha mone Mamadou Traoré wa isapa chipuna talo le chapa likabolala talo le chapa wa kula finsha ibile Mamadou Traoré talo le chapo na pali former president tu alipoacha ibile finshi Administration talo le sha icha chitafi haya na kufika ke okutampa okuwomba because ali kwete vision nala kweke sharp ndepera example kuli Mamadou Traoré ili aisa pachipuna Mamadou Traoré tamomu mfako statement kukanu akako kulanda pali former president muinje batulia former president wakuli kubukira faso tale iba nama ministers wako ule former president vale iba but tata baba ndapo because bali kwete chimonwa achita focus panchito ukuchito ku time wasting ma time wasters bali abonsa bafumapo ama Zambians bali bachita vote out because they wanted change bali fayo muntu uwakubombele chalo cha Zambia kutufunya mupira obaletweba ukweba chichichalo mwatufunyapo mkashano upina where on earth how can you say such a word like that? Are you serious? Mwaleka nalanda nechisungo choshila ndalelo nalanda chakonto mama kumulo wa Zambi seki mungu
nalawe English na hati shani efe wala ndirefira Balanseke. Let me repeat what you said. You can vote us out, you remain poor. I said, what? A woman of God. All his ministers, everybody before that. Lungu, all the ministers, whatever they do, is Lungu. What did she say? And I went, my one D. Alanseke. Alaminamesh. Where am I? I thought I died and came back to life when I heard her say that.
Yeah.
Mwevena Zambia. Mwapwisha mama.
Mama ekeni puishe fieni mtole kalipa.
Puishe.
Yeah. Kulia kusosa.
Ifwe
tulikunjwa muntu chikunuisho.
Ifwe paso ifwe tulikunjwa hapa nifwe wawe oda paso. Tulele malaika paso.
Imagine.
Yeah. Nemona
fe. Tabe chalo, icho muletu ntati abantu kuya mkulonga kuja kujele. Ushema muishi befu muletu ntabantu kutwala kujele. Nibanga bale mipaka. Because bali abantu balikuwa taba batemwa na babapata. Bali aba batemwa ngamwabe katiro batemwa taba katali aba mitemwa hapo. Nibanga abantu mwapa saba kapenya mushi.
Ero to make the matters worse, to make the matters worse, at the Twitter fue at ni Christian Nation, number Christian Nation the cool kidana. No forgiveness in a Christian Nation.
Eh, takuli kuelelana.
Bali velele bena. Ba HH bali kwete treason case. And bali belela.
No, mama pumulo, if you village sticker, bela mo kutila, ili ole chitomu, mulingo lingira mu novela, iwele semu akakulinga. Aya yonsa maskano zaya umfika kunu moko tuafuma. Yonse ya dema kesa ya musha kukaba ma revenge, ukuchila pali ya ma revenge. Echo tuleka ni loko batile keni fimulechi.
Okay, balungu ni shibale umfashani. Balungu bale umfashani fide babele the treason case. How is Mr. Lungu feeling right now? His Excellency, former 60th Republican President Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. How is he feeling for forgiving by HH for that treason case? Only for HH, instead of practicing the same measure he was given, then no mess. Bana mayo bonse kuma chere ka Ferrari yeni balongeni. Zambian law has to change.
Ili message ya namune message video ya pa TikTok ya barandira even if you vote us out, nothing will change.
Namutale Nalumango. That was Madam Nalumango. Mama Mwakwisha. Mwakwisha mama ba revolution mule fokulanda because pano tutulaipela nenshi tafidi yafa kati instead nunga isa mwalanda. Yes, so that twakwata order tulapela nenshita because fili omuntu ngale landa bala kwata nabatanti kala ikibamayo apa tule bakita interrupt.
Okay, madam.
Yes. So twala mipele nshita mulande. Mweba lipa Facebook akul lembeni ama comment uko tabaleka ko ku commenta tabatutala lika unless mule tukane nsere or you are saying something criminal, but let us feel free to make comments and share the video so that the Facebook algorithm can be sharing our video. Ngatamlelanda tamle commenta Facebook page tayakula chita share our video, so our reach will be minimum. Tatwakulafika abantu abengi. Na mumona ma page ya lelanda ya no sana. A lot of people have shut down talking. So there are very few pages where people are talking about what's happening politically. So let's take advantage of pages such as this one, where some of us, we are fearless and we are courageous and we will not be shut up. We will not be shut up by a president, by a government led by a president who came from Mabonga. We are going to, from now on, we'll continue to remind everyone the history of the president. The president came from nothing. He is a beneficiary of good leadership of KK. He came from a village to all the way to the University of Lusaka. Then he went to Birmingham University. He tried so many times to be president until after 5 times he managed to lead Zambia. Now, after leading Zambia for only 4 years, we have seen the worst scandal in the history of Zambia. This is the worst scandal, and the worst scandal is the scandal of stealing life-saving drugs. A president who came from nothing to lead Zambia in the year 2025, when all countries are taking control of their resources, when all countries are actually moving, making decisions to take their people out of poverty, a man who came from nothing is failing to give the Zambians the same favor he received. And we are hurt. We are hurt as Zambians to see a president who came from nothing fail to give Zambians the same favor that he received. Abasungu balanda pay it forward. You know, if something good happens to you, you pay it forward. The least Bahaka Inde could have done, he could have made sure that he followed through the legacy of HH. But now this is the worst. The worst is Bahaka Inde being a president of people who are stealing drugs. And his government is challenging the US ambassador, or he's not diplomatic. Now we have seen there is a friction between the US government and the Zambian government, because the US government has been donating these free drugs, and because of that donation is meant for life-saving drugs like malaria. All of us, we are prone.
Let's frame this narrative. Yeah, Mama, let's frame this narrative effectively. We have a son from Wengwa. It is Vamayo va Chikamaneka. Ushi Waima. To send Domana to Mutuale Kuskulu. Masonka in Kumba, Ifivata, in Konko. You donate everything. You give your soul. Just like for Zambia to be free. Look at my profile. There's a book behind that. So HH is a beneficiary, like my teacher said, of
Power tap.
generosity of Zambia gave HH. Now, here's where we need to be very clear. We need to spell the details. HH came from Wengwa with nothing.
Power tap to 10,000 K. Power tap.
So, Amayo, Mfuwe, Kenneth Kaunda Foundation books. I sang, Lai, I want you to follow this thing. He comes to a classroom. Where does he find a pencil? Donated by who? Kenneth Kaunda. A book, KKF, Kenneth Kaunda Foundation. He learns from grade 1 to 7. He goes, I don't know what secondary school he went to. And then he finds himself at Unza. According to his friend,
Power tap.
KBN. Malaneti, if you are Tale Monica Wino, okay? We are walking through this process. Therefore, more freakish. Once you panel, listen to what I'm saying. Twagwata Matianga, Yavidi, Akanakanga, Kamo. So, our Nankwe, KK, nationalized the mines. Why did he do that? To give a boy from Wengwa a chance to go to Birmingham University. Now let's walk through this path. Hakainde, Asongo, I can say that because I'm an American. In Zambia, don't say what I just said. Vakakukaka. So listen. So he comes to University of Zambia, and our friends here, Zindi is one of them. I have people here that know. The contemporary records are there. We have people that can validate what he looked like when he came to Unza. There are people. KBM is one of them. I'm going on the record for a reason. I may not be alive in a couple of years. I'm saying I'm putting this on the record. There are people that know what happened. He comes to Unza, educates himself. Yes, he excelled. He was a very economics is his Econ 101 plus. Graduated out of Unza, went to Birmingham University. This is where it gets murky. After he came back from there, that's where it gets murky. And that's why I want every one of us to focus. Mama Dorothy Musoni, you're in the UK. You understand what you can walk to Birmingham or you can take a train there. How the hell does... You can walk or you can take a train. Thank you. How does it happen that a person who came from nothing, you understand that there are 20 million Zambians right now. 15 million of them are living in abject poverty. In order to get this man in office, I will say this right now for all of us that are hearing. The day when in August 2021, you know what Dumbo did? You know why HH hates James Dumbo so much? Do you know why? He paid $7 million. They stuffed the ballots. HH did not win 2021 election. It was bought for. People pay the price for him to be president. You, Mai, I see how you're looking at me. I'm speaking gems. When you hear this man in Nigeria saying, this man, do you know why there have been so many deaths? I watched a video of this man, Zaf, walking over a dead body. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? This man did not deserve to be our president. They had to sacrifice. I live in America. I know what it takes. Illuminati is a thing. There's a thing called the order. When you hear the order of the Zambian eagle, when you hear the Duke, when you hear something like the Prince of Birmingham, it means something. The Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood. There are principalities that we have to fight over. To get HH where he is right now, principalities had to be defeated. This man should not have been there's a reason why Zambians rejected him for 5 times. I'm speaking to eternal wisdom right now. There is a reason why the people of Zambia rejected him. Mazoka was rejected. Michael Sata gained after how many? He claims that they rigged the vote. Michael Sata's vote was rigged. You go and look at the record. I will speak only for 2 minutes. And what I'm about to say is going to shock you. This man should never ever have been our president. They forced it. That is why Zambians are dying. You see accidents, you see people drowning, people are being sacrificed. Even Dandy Crazy was a sacrifice. I will say it here. Let them that have ears and understand. As it is above, it is beneath. There are principalities. Mulungushi is not a rock of authority for no purpose. There is a reason why Mulungushi rock of authority exists. There is a purpose for that. There are principalities. That is why they did not allow ECL to go and visit the graveyard of Sata, Embassy Park. They did whatever they had to do to prevent that. This world has 2 realms, Pamuru and Pansh. When they said Pamuru Resa, Pansh Kaunda, it meant something. But Dorothy,
Okay.
I hand over to you.
Is it right, Madam Host?
No problem. Welcome by Dorothy. Welcome by Joseph's. Mugwagwa is a co-host. So no problem. Go ahead.
Good evening, group. For me, I'm living here comfortably, but I'm not comfortable. I'm not. I'm feeling the pain. The pain is deep in my heart for the sake of Zambia, a rich country with so many minerals, plenty of land, plenty of trees, plenty of water. But people are living without anything just because of greedy
greed of our leaderships in all the departments. As Mama Chika Monica said, from the mortuary. In fact, now Mulava from the cleaner, because the country is dirty. Even a cleaner needs 2 quarters to clean some place where there's dirty. This is out of control. It's so embarrassing. Ule pita mwana na fuma ku university. We mukote na we went here. Then ule pita takwe tenchito. Why did you take him to school? And that parent who sponsored that child to go as far as university, now appreciate you, ma. It's just waiting for that child to feed her. She hasn't got nowhere. Now we buy to UPNP. Mr. President, first year when he was in the State House, he phoned me. He wrote on my page, Dorothy, how am I performing? I wrote back. My husband is here. I wrote back. I said, you'll be the worst president ever Zambia witnessed. He blocked me. Last year he opens, Dorothy, can you join me to start campaigning in Kunoku, UK? Not upon dead bodies. Unless I'm a dead body, maybe you're going to resurrect me to come and open my mouth on behalf of you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm very frank. Even when he hears, I can go to him and tell him off. London. He called me on my page. When he came to England, a chance because we fought for him to come from prison. I'm one of them. I'm sorry about that. I thought we are Christians. So he wrote after 1 year, Dorothy, how is my performance? I wrote back. I said, you'll be the worst president ever Zambia witnessed since independence. He blocked me. Last year, he writes back. Can we give Vitenges and join me? I said, no, a big no. Unless I'm dead, the Dorothy are going to get it. The Dorothy was dead in 19 whatever, but not now. I'm a new Dorothy. I'm not going to join blindly to somebody I don't know. I'm not going to trust any grown-up person with education, so far called your education, because education is what is bribing them to the youths. I am with pain with the youths. Can we give youths chance, please? Let's give the youths chance. We can lead them. But we shouldn't be greedy to take their future. Let's give the youth chance. Look what Burkina Faso is doing with a 35-year-old person. Alone. Takwata salaria president, akwata salaria captain as a soldier. But he's performing a huge job. But why are we greedy? That's my question. Can we give the youth chance? This European D. President to the wife, they should explain what was happening because we are in the dark. They should explain to us in a kneeling position, not standing, because now we'll be chiefs. Thank you.
Thank you, Dorothy, Banks, Joseph's welcome. We are here, and today big things are happening. Facebook, I can't add you. Some reason I can't add you to my panel. So if you're on Facebook, if you want to join, jump over on TikTok. And then follow me on YouTube to catch up on all the missed videos. So the big story here to Ishidero, our Madam Maureen Mabonga has been sentenced, Honorable MP Mfuwe, 8 months to ready Rabana Mayo Kwebati Mwebantu. Mukwateko uluse. We are crying. I started this show by playing some gospel music just to strengthen Madam Mabonga. We don't know if they have taken her already, but we are with her in prayer, and we ask God of heaven to be her strength. This is something, out of this, this whole thing started with the abduction of JJ. From that story, JJ's abduction, we have seen JJ now in exile. We have seen Madam Nawakwi, may her soul rest in peace. She also had sedition charges from the same, which she was hounded until she is now no more. I'm sure had she been alive right now, she would be convicted. Now today, we are a blow of a message. To be jailed.
Right. You're being soft. Right, you're being soft.
Mr. Mugwagwa, let me add my voice. Let me add my voice to this. Sorry, sir. Let me just allow you to go ahead. It is sad. It is sad and painful at the same time. You know, this is the darkest moment of our country. It is the darkest moment of our country. This is the first time that we are experiencing this kind of behavior from a government, from a sitting government. UPND were the worst in terms of cyber crime during the time they were in opposition. They had freedom of expression to the maximum. If their friends were like they are, they wouldn't have had any member left outside. Look at that woman. That woman was responding emotionally to the pain that she was going through because of the colleague that had been abducted barbarically by people that are known, who are walking in the corridors of power today. Mothers will lament, mothers feel the pain.
But Joseph, you are mute. We can't hear you.
You know, knowing how ruthless and heartless UPND are, we feared for the West. And those that had the courage, they had to speak out. And for God's sake, that woman was a member of parliament, or is a member of parliament. That one was a colleague. What she spoke was the truth. Who is better? I've always argued. Who is better? One who is practicing the evil and the one that is speaking against the evil. Who is better? This is very sad for our country. We cannot live in a country where every opposition is an enemy and their end result is prison or death. You can't have a country like this. This is not the country that our forefathers envisioned. What wrong did the Zambians make to make you a leader of our country? That our people should now forever live in fear. Fear of being imprisoned every time they speak. What kind of a country are we governing? If it were so during your time, would you have become a president? Absolutely not. They never even recognized the leadership of our president, His Excellency Edgar Chagwalu. He was not recognized as a president.
Power tap.
This thing is the selective application of the law. Because there were people that aligned themselves with UPND. They insulted and spoke worse. They spoke worse than what that woman stated. The truth of the matter is tribalism is being practiced in Zambia. We can't run away. We can't hide our heads in the sand. That's the reality. Has the commission of inquiry being constituted that to investigate and come out with a report to say there is no tribalism in the appointments, in the running of the government? Absolutely not. Until such a time that such is put in place and a report is given out, then you can tell people to say, no, these are the findings, and people agree. But as things stand, it is so sad. If I see there is fire, I shout fire here. Then me that has shouted fire because I've seen it, I'm wrong. That is not right. We can't run the government like this. We can't run the government like this. How many seats are you going to grab from the people? Your time is coming. Your time is coming. In fact, your time is up. You can't be a government that everyone is against you. The international community are not happy with you. The citizenry are suffering and are not happy with you. What kind of a government are you? Who are you representing? Are you there for the people? How it is painful. This is really, really painful. You can't be jailing our sisters. You can't be jailing our brothers just because we do not agree with your ideals. People are different. They have the right to express themselves. This is really sad, Mama. I'm really, really annoyed. I saw that. I'm so touched. I didn't expect that to come out like that. Mulekwata konensoni. Mwakwata konensoni atbala kwena. Apape netwa fumine mukako you took a game. Mwaufwa kwensoni. Insoni ebuntu. These people
we say no more 100%. Ala sai babiu yala tutwala bengi.
Bena balefiro okukaka abayiwa emiti. Abayiwa emiti mulefiro okubakakela omuntu kulanda pya mashiwi. Muleyiwa emiti. Yes, they are stealing drugs and people are dying. How many people are dying because there is no malaria medication? How many? Umusungu alele filamba. Umusungu alele filamba. Mule lumba. Paka 2090. You think umusungu kuti alele filamba for no reason?
Mayalabe na abakorwe balele ngatwale tufire chitikefi. Abantu bale kufyanya fire lumba. Fire lumba.
Filumba ngazoda.
Fire lumba. Nishi bantu bashana.
Hello, in Sedition. Babudu Moisen. Sedition in Vale Ibontiaka Kuba Sungu. It was a law for oppression. Seditious crime has no place in a democracy. Seditious crime in this day and age, in a democracy, it doesn't belong there. Because even them, they are committing sedition every day. But who is jailing them? Selective application of the law, Eyalaipa ya Zambia. Because Nabena, they are committing sedition and hate speech. But Tabaleika Kabena.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Abdu.
One day, on a day like this, it brings us, gives us no energy. What is happening to our country is so disappointing and it is uncalled for. The first thing I want to comment on, before I comment on the...
That's why it's our church to tell them that she don't click on.
Therefore, I am done the
Thank you. Speak your language, my brother. Speak your fucking language. I'm sorry.
Kachile tupita afya mkwai. Akula cheni katuamba ula boda gogwes.
Out there,
yes. Pantu ichi sungu chiletu chitalimiti. Efe olefta tulefika hapo efe tulefo kulanda.
Na totera kunchitako remind kulanda ururimi rwanji. Ororo natemwa sana no kulanda. Panturula mpera ukumfwa sana.
Onse mweba leisa pa. Lelo ngoli munozila ndechios. Ngoli chikalunda ngoli kaluchazi lanachika mchazi ngoli mlenjela ndechilenje uchisungu chauna ule chao cha Zambia patule chifaya pandu nena lema funde parliament tulefa mwambe kulala nefitundu Yesu ama mwenye lesa ngali temenwa chinungumena Zambia mubi ya basungu ngali vipenyo ulimi wa chisungu vipenyo ulimi wa mitundu sheno. Why do you respect mitundu shabalele ngai mwa ukukatisa respect lisa umutundu wenu imwe
watotela sana baba machika monekana mama situmbe
wait my brother, that was eternal wisdom. This is Zambia, our eternal destiny. We have 73. How the hell are we speaking? You know the thing. Mama yo.
Walandeni chimemba na ingwe.
Na muchitonga.
Gamwamba yago mapangaya. Gamwamba muchitonga tata gamupandurura to.
He's a foreigner. This is how the Bambuisa has confused us.
Yes.
How the hell do we not speak to our own? I listen to Parliament. Oh, interpreter, what you mean? Galanda Mapinda, what you mean? The speaker will say, what you mean? In your own country, you have to interpret.
Just imagine.
If you are under our mind, who be with us? This is an orange revelation. Screenshot this.
Twala ipanga clip. Yes, we make a clip.
Zambia will never be the same.
Tulaipanga clip gamwamba badala babudu. Sunu tuli muronko language sunu bi. So no kwanza muntu kwamba lago wabo na uli jisi yo tatwe na yo biro.
Lekeni konkanye bonse kumpere ko feste no mpwidi khe fona chira tonton kanya muri sino chungulo. Iyo na chi saparo na kwata ko discussion na bana ba youth bali drive in to squatter. Ninsanga kutira ba youth abengi tabakwete amaka mukutontonkanya. Ukana kwata kumaka mukutontonkanya ko batiyo to abatukanawe. Chakwe bati iyo bachetekeri omuntu opere kirawe fingi basangati ndachitapuno ruchimo bena batira bye abati tabakatara ababota pona kabiri no takuli omuntu mbi ngateke timichalo ko takuli opposition nakira kwa Facebook studies poni ngabali ba youth abalewo ko pali biashi ba youth ngene batira ntiki ndemo ngamwasangati abantu tabali honest abakuru butera maka tule ntenda maka yakwe bayiche mushira yawa ma ine democratic way kwa senda maka to wana zechine cyaro cyesu kwa baranga twe kitwatungurwe cyaro cyesu muri bucinga cyakwata n'ubukumu twazashira n'abana b'isuma. Then the other thing that I wanted to inform the youth to say, the position to kwete pano, nuri omuntu ikere muntu singa pinofondi. Nuri youth wa mani, uri baba mani wale be mishishi, ilio ale ilicho urupwa rwakwe. Nuri ya weota, wale kwata, wale ipakamisha. Nangupwa rwakwe na chuchi ni chalo. Mkocherera imbao opposition tukwete nura fama uwa ishia fertilizer ikesa papa 300 kwacha opposition tukwete nura transporter uwa ishia kwesa kunyapo free kwacha pali fuel kutitohaya no kuo kwingi because soko mara yesingi indifya ukano kwa bati kwa ikano kukoza timpura yaluka olusi achinjawe tafua na adwe kinga bro kintu mocha kwa kimwa kila kiasi lekeno kata abantu nga baleranda lekenya abantu baleranda muchine lekenya abantu bakwate freedom mukutsa sembo kimwaranda fikwa burukubo cyana nemfura no rwenshi kintu cyanga mupamutima wa muntu ndi conviction ya muntu waisha mutima wa kunga kino cyaro aranda baki kishire kwa muri kika Derora chimona na chimona hapo bakapola ba koti lero abantu n'abamina pa koti bangande amafunde opo balelanda tukwetenza mushakulanda twala kitashani tukya tuyiranda muri kino cyaro cyesu ocho twapuga kuri bamuisa bale tutukisha kweka twambo kulalwa kweka twapatana mushekinshi twapatanira musango yu umulando wako temwisha vyo kugatira amaka aya kweba cha amaka kamwe kumfera kumusuma ngira mweba
watapa 20,000 watapa
mbana isa kuri bana mayo ba yuthi badi nibe periati kupango ruru papulo rwachupya rwana nigeta ba yuthi mwise ma politics na bana mayo mwase ma politics nde mwata kuri kama politics lero because munia zuru mwaishe bali mukaka bayuzi wale mwana tuna nefuma politics soko mwaba ama politics chimpi chimwe chini sana keti nde kwa bati bakanka ke mone ni mu na mayo mwaisho yu o bakakire lelo usheba na mayo bala barasa ma politics bana tina bana mayo chekuinga ushku ngamfya nyokulanda bakesa ndimina bakesa nkaka nina mayo shingengira ma politics ne flesh tikefi akuri winge bana na mayo ukuchinjo rupapura ta kwa attract abantu kugera politics kulana cyo tofwa tukese kisainge enji bana mayo nabayichi takuri umuntu ingeza
imwe babduru mwikala kwi
nurukakaro
babduru mwikala kwi
mune ni fo icharo chiria kanika nari umfo waku masamboku bare Elenji wa kusumba kumigoti kuno kwini
ibyo bae bala leta bana mayo na aba ichena bana mayo mufifulo
na chirafwa nteko
ndefa kumibukisha ko palisho mwalanda pembeleni umfeni mwala kuisha na aba kumulo umfendeke ni miebe ibyo bala leta balumendo e appointment yaba kote ba isa kuno kuntuntu
charumbu appointed
uyaleta kote alafu na kunini kama stairs.
But hold on, Abdu. Namkwata 2 minutes. Pwirikisheni. Namkwata 2 minutes. Pwisheni. Connection yaba Abdu ili bad. He's breaking in and out. Go ahead. Taikwene shitande match na mkwata 2 minutes. Tamude umfa, your connection is bad. Yes, connection ya boy bad.
I think we're lost. We are lost, actually.
But Abdu, can you come back? Can you rejoin?
There's a female.
But Elia?
Why? I'm the chat.
Hello.
Go ahead, Mama. You have 4 minutes.
I will not take too much time.
Okay.
So I will just speak to President Akainde muchiira. So ndazanda kwamba Bakainde baterere kwamba ati leza nawa kupensana iya kusunga abantu wakubika pa bu president kusunga abantu bali aba mucharo mazambia ni wonse mawidozi mapua wonse bantu baina ubali anda Bakainde baliere kubasunga baromba ba servant Bakainde kusevinga bantu bana bakwareza so Bakainde mbi mutokuchita umechitoku mutia nkambo mendatia reza reza wakamba kwamba mutiyome amana mukulipa buremu mwenu bana bangu bonse mukuzandana. Amen. So Bakainde muraterera chira muri batonga na mukaterereje message umechitoku mutia kambo mendatia wo Jesus Christ.
Mbaira Bakainde mbaira tahi batonga.
Mutokuchita Bakainde mu president wenu reza utoku mubona. Beyonce mbi mutokuchita kutuba mu security mu private kuchita abuse bantu mbu bakamubi reza mbu akamupa kwamba musunge one day murakajima before leza Jesus Christ muraka ingura Beyonce mbi mutokuchita injo. Oyo leza taria apya Namwaberenge Bible reza watuma Moses kwamba koyo mwambire Pharaoh let my people go. Let my people go. So umwe Bakainde nambi mutokuchita bibyabi byonse nata mutokusunga bantu kabo tunamwalirwa muvweo mupe bantu bazanda kusunga bantu bakwareza mbuli mbuberere kusungwa bantu batokone nzara. Beyonce marandi mwauja kuba zungu baba. Mwauja marandi mama ini Beyonce mutokuja baba bantu bazakoko bakuwa mulierere bo kwamba mwanga ma offices batokuchita renti ali amari mwanga kusebenja kuchita beta bantu benu wa Mzambia. Solomoni wakabuja mano kulireza kwamba reza wangu mpe mano kwamba ali amano ngasebenje kusunga banenu. Baba mbumu ampa bana ba Mzambia bonse kwamba mbasungo membuli mbumu zando omwe kwamba mbasunge osati njo mwanka kubweza Maria government mwanka kubweza niwezu shimu Donald Trump shimu blaming wakati ya wakaerura menso abantu bakwa Afrika leza wakamusebenja kwamba shikumupa misamu shikumupa byebi kwamba abantu bayaruke menso kwa Afrika. Bakainde muchinje muramba kwamba muri ba Kristo bukristo wapakanwa tatubuzandi Wemutulierere kuchinja wakwato mozo wa nkumbu kwamba nsunge bao bantureza mbwampa insana chimukweto mwe Bakainde ngureza wakamupa amana rezora unga wamunangeshe insana wamunanga wapa bantu ubakwete wisdom babujareza wisdom kwamba basunge bantu bakwareza. Sobye bambi mutokuchita kwanga bantu kuchita abuse bantu bakwareza kwiba muchireke Queen mendatiareza tonse awa ni tuliawa pa group tulierere kutiaboreza amana tulierere kupana buremu. We respect each other and fear God, but anyone in the government utokubura kuchitenchi toreza njaka mupa reza ngu nyamu na reza ngu joranshi bantu batokurira kurireza every day mumanda abo batokurira batokone nzara kuina maraiti kuina byebi bantu batokwenda chintanda inchi donkuchita introduce bintu at Christian nation ya pamuromo kuchita abuse bantu kureta bya bantu bakonana barumbwana Bakaindu bakonana amana mutokubichitarau mutokuchita abuse byonse ati reza muraterasha kwa mbori kondwerereza But in Chinzanda pa message you say age mujiwe wakainde. One day before Jesus Christ, the creator of heaven and earth, and you are going to answer for what you are doing in the government. Kwasira.
Twalumba bama.
Yasiga message.
Yasiga message mujila yasiga message basa.
Yasiga yakere.
Yazwa umuzi yazwa kwabo kuyazwita.
The only one you should fear, it's God that can kill your spirit, kill your flesh, and send you to hell. But Wakainde, you are just fresh like us. The Bible says, what can it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose your soul? Now you think you are untouchable. Now you think I'm a president. You're forgetting that